Hey guys, right, I'm actually doing a little job on the Triumph. As you see, Denton's Enfield is going really well. A lot of comments on that, which is wonderful, wonderful. A lot of mixed opinions as well, which is good. I don't mind that. As I've said to everybody, nothing's finished till it's gone to the painters or powder coaters or both or whatever. Yeah, I'm definitely one for changing my mind on a lot of things, but sometimes it helps if you make the basic things and get them on the bike for you to look at and sort of assess where you want to go with it, or if you're happy with it and you're going to leave it like that, or you're going to assess it and think about it over a couple of days, or you're on with something else on the bike. So yeah, nothing is ever finished till it's in that box at the door ready to go for coating. So even if I say, yeah, that's good, don't believe me. Don't ever believe me. Good chance it'll get changed at some point, but that's the way it is. I think you get the best results like that, you know, actually seeing something that you've done and then thinking about it even more so. But that's all going well, it is, and appreciate all the comments, fors and against. I love them all, I read them all, or trying to. The comments are just coming in thick and fast at the moment. And sometimes when I upload a video, I'll wait for a few comments and acknowledge that I've seen them, and then I'm carrying on with something else. So sometimes it takes me several days to go through comments. Yes, also, I have now, some of you have spotted it, I've got what they call a merchandise shelf on the YouTube videos. So I'm not sure if it comes up if some of you watch on your smart TVs. I don't know. I'm pretty damn rubbish with technology, so I'm not sure about that. But anyway, under the videos, you'll see my links to Teespring with all my merchandise on. It was in the description just as a link, but now I've actually got t-shirts, what they call a merchandise shelf, I do believe. So what you see on there is only a small selection of what I got. It's loads of different colours, sizes. As you can see, they actually fit me as well. So for the larger ones of us, there is plenty of good sizes in there and different colours, different designs. So yeah, if you want to take a look at that, all that helps me tremendously. It really does, because this soaks up a lot of time. So yeah, if you do want to help out, I've got this that was a bit of fun. There's loads in there. I've got my hoodie. It's a back print, this one is. That's the same as my sign up in the back of the shed there. But there's, like I say, there's all different colours and sizes. When you click on, don't just think that them in the little shelf below the videos is just what's there, because no, there's not. If you click on that, you can go into the shop, and there's a few things. I've even got stuff with blue on it: mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, small prints, back prints, both prints. Have a look if you wish. Ah, right.
I'm going to keep the envelope.
That's a big envelope. Thank you.
I'm keeping it. Is that eBay?
Yeah. Small interruption with special delivery. Bit of 12mm copper pipe. You'll see what that's for very soon. Anyway, back to what we've on. So, I can't remember if I filmed that. My memory's terrible. So the Triumph had a huge big speedo on in the middle of the handlebars. It was massive and quite hideous, only in my opinion. So I bought a little digital speedo for it. I think that's what I call them, digital speedos. It's a little Cosso. It's quite a smart little unit. And I started to put it on the handlebars, on the bracket that comes with it. I don't like it. I know there's going to be a lot of chopping and changing on this bike through the winter, but I really don't like it. It just looks, I don't know. It looks like it couldn't be bothered and you've just bolted it on. You know, there's no problem. It's quite all right there. It's safe and everything, but I just don't like it. So what I'm going to do, because I've got to wire it all in. Also, this comes with like a standard speed sensor. Let me get that. So this goes down by your front wheel or rear wheel, wherever you wish to put it. And then you'll have a magnet on the wheel so it catches this with each sort of rotation. And then you have to calibrate it all in or whatever you have to do. But I'm not going to use that. I bought one that fits into the Triumph Speedo drive on the front wheel. Not sure yet how I calibrate that, but we'll get to that bit, I guess. So I'm not going to use this. I would have had to make little brackets for it to hold it in place and stuff. So the one I've bought just goes straight into the Triumph Speedo drive, which is, it's got to be better, it's got to be neater. So like I say, I've put all that on. I haven't wired it up to any live feed to it yet, because I've kept looking at it and thought, I can't do it, I can't have it like that. So what I'm going to do today is sink it into the headlight bowl. I've got a bit of tube, which is just the right size, and that literally is all I've got. So it's got to work. There's no room for mistakes, or else I'm going to have to go out and get more material, which I don't really want to do. I can't be bothered. Now I guess a few folk would just go bang in the middle of the headlight bowl, sort of in eye line. I want to go to one side, just to be awkward, and sink it in as much as I can, because I don't know if you can see that. Well, I'll have a look in a minute. The Speedo is actually quite deep. It's about 50 odd mil deep. So obviously we don't want it fouling up on the actual headlight itself on the inside. And there is quite a bit of wiring in there as well. And that'll be another thing. I won't have no wires trailing around because it'll be all in the headlight bowl. So I'm going to start with leaving it all on. I'm going to mark this out and offer it up to the headlight bowl, and basically go from there. Like I say, I'm having it to one side. I'm not going to put it in the middle because I might have plans for other things later on. So even when I've put this in, give it a bit of a spray with black paint. It's not finished. Everything I've blacked on this bike, if I continue sort of going down the route of how it is, but just doing changes to it, it's either going to go that way or we are just going to go for a big chop and change it totally. I still haven't decided that. But I've got all winter to think about it. So, yeah, I'm going to put it to one side. Plus, I've got my sat-nav bracket on there as well. I do like a sat-nav. If I'm going anywhere, then I can just ride along without thinking, have I missed the turning? Was I supposed to go there? Was I supposed to get off on this exit? That just makes it more relaxing and stress-free when you're riding out to somewhere. So I do like my sat-nav on the bikes. And that's part of the reason why I'm having it to one side. Plus other things that could happen. Anyway, let's stop waffling on. Cut this and see how far we can sink it in so we ain't got a great big long tube sticking out the headlight bowl. But, let's have a look at the Speedo anyway. So there it is. It's quite smart actually. It's a Cosso. I think that's how you say it, I guess. And see, it's quite deep. And we're gonna, let's go to the front. So my sat-nav bracket's there, you see. So I'm gonna be off to one side with the speedo, obviously sort of at an angle for decent eye line when you've sat on the bike. Because yeah, I don't want to go in the middle, and it makes the tube look a bit nicer as well when it's got a bit of shape coming down the side. Yeah, it makes it a tiny bit more interesting, and then at least all the wiring will be inside the headlight bowl then. But the bracket that it's on, that's what comes with it, and it's very basic. You see it just clamps to the bars and it's rubber mounted, so yeah, she's a bit wobbly. Anyway, let's mark that tube out and get on with it. Right, we've cut a bit of tube. To start with, I'll slash cut that, and then I don't know if you can see that, it's actually, can you see it? It's a bit of an odd shape, obviously, because we're following the headlight bowl. We've got it at an angle, so basically I slash cut it and slowly just kept taking bits off, trying it, taking bits off, trying it, so we've got somewhere about right. So also I'm trying to follow the fork leg as well, plus when I'm sat on the bike having it in the eye line so I can actually see it, and there is about right. So what I'm going to do next is mark this up, take the headlight bowl off, cut the hole out, and then try the speedo in there to see how low we can get this tube, and still keeping it a safe distance from the bowl inside on the glass, because we don't want it sticking right out. I'll get it as low as I can possibly get it. But yeah, I'm happy with that, where that is. If my sat-nav sort of obscures it a bit, that's easy, that's all on ball joints. I can move that sort of out of the way a bit, that's not a problem. And like I say, there may be some more bits going on there yet. Yeah, it still needs a tiny bit of dressing up, look, just so it follows the shape nice. I know I could probably cut the hole, sink the tube in and dress it all out on the inside, but I want the inside to be tidy as well. But that's getting close. So I'll get it held up sort of exactly where it's going, and we'll mark it out and cut the hole. So all I've done was cut as close as I could with the angle grinder. I'm just dressing it out with the air tool now, just to get it about spot on. Then we'll try it in there with the speedo in to see how far we can go in before we hit the headlight bowl on the glass. So I think the lower we can get it, the better. It's not too bad. Obviously we'll take the paint off from around the hole because we'll be welding it up. Right, next step is try the tube in with the speedo with the headlight bowl back in, the glass part that is, and see what we can get away with. Okay, so I've got the speedo in. It does fit that tube a treat, look. And I think by the look of it, we can sink that right in, so I can reduce the length of the tube quite a lot. So I'll be able to have it quite close to the headlight bowl, which I'd prefer than having it sticking right out. And it'll still be visible in the eye line when I'm sat on the bike. But there is plenty of space inside there, plenty. That's what I was hoping for. Yeah, I'll mark this tube up and get quite a bit trimmed off that. And then we'll get it back in the headlight bowl, mark up exactly where that's going to sit. Then we'll make some little lugs for the mounting points. Another thing I'll have to do with sinking it into the headlight bowl, these are like the reset buttons and stuff like that, but you can get a remote switch for these which plugs onto one of them. So because we can't get at these no more, we'll get the remote switch and have that up on the handlebars. Right, let's put that out of the way and do a bit of trimming. Bit of trimmage. Right, there we go, that's got a bit trimmed off. Try not to drop it. So we're sitting much lower. That's much better. Right, next bit is we'll do the brackets. Who's that? Who's this here? No, not out there, you plonker. In here. Come on, I might have something for you. God, you about had 'em all, you greedy pig. You and that mate of yours, Bodie, about done all these. You're not going to reach it from there. High five. Good lad. Can they see you there? Hey, come up here. Come on. That's it. Kisses with that bogus breath of yours. There we go, mate. Blue's got his girlfriend over. Come on, Flo. Come on. Come on. Come on. Blue, let her up. You jealous boy. Flo. Come on. Oh, he's Boog as well. God, we got a shed full of dogs. All Blue's visitors. Bluey, see ya. Go and play then. Ow! You great big... Nice. It's not that sort of channel, guys. Rightio. You not joining in as well? No? I don't think she's interested. See us. Oh, God. Crazy. Right, where was I? Anyway, I got on and stuck the tube on and ground it back. I know you've seen me do things like that loads of times. As this is my own bike, I just got on with it. Anyway, I've got all the old paint off and I'm going to spray it again. Although, as I've mentioned before, eventually all this will be powder coated. They're back. What's this, the dogging show? Get out! You filthy hounds! He's a dirty little devil here, isn't he, Blue? Look at him! Wow. No, she sat down. That means it's a no-go. That's like them turning the other way in bed and pretending to be asleep. That'll do. Out of here. Go. No, don't start attacking me. Oh, no. Hello. You've just squashed mood. Right. Ladies. These are filthy. Where's the cutters? Wow. He's still at it. Blue, don't lick that. And breathe. Right. Where was I? As you can see, I got on with it. It was actually a right pain, that was. Believe it or not, it was a pain. It's because this bowl is so thin. It is paper thin. It really wasn't enjoying being welded. But it's got a couple of bits that could be a little bit better. But we're going to get some black paint on it. I'll say eventually all this stuff that I'm just doing with a rattle can will be stripped, blasted and done with powder. But the idea is doing little bits like this, but keeping the bike on the road so I can use it as and when I want to. Anyway, I'm going to give this a coat of primer, get some black on it, and then we'll get it back on the bike. Ooh, it's like watching paint dry. I don't like painting. I really don't. That's the only thing I send out. I don't enjoy it. I haven't got the patience for it. I just want it done and put it on. But I'll give that another couple of coats. It's getting really late. I probably won't sleep because I want to see this on the bike. So yeah, like I say, this is just to see what it looks like really. It probably, if I do keep it like this, it will get powder coated in the end. So I don't use any particular paint any time. It's just if I'm out and I'm near a shop that sells paint, I'll go in that shop and buy the paint. I don't stick to any sort of brand. It's just what's convenient when I'm out and about. This is High Coat, the perfect finish, I'll bet. Satin black body shop, professional fan spray nozzle, fast drying. No, it's not. It's just not fast enough. Up to 65% extra coverage. Enhanced covering power. Excellent adhesion and durability. Nah. It's not powder coating. No idea. I've not used this before. It looks like it was in the nearest shop I was when I was out and about. Suitable for use with acrylic or cellulose paint. So yeah, I stuck a bit of primer on this first, flattened it out a bit, and a coat of high coat. And in here, you'll never get a good finish in paint in here. There's that much junk in the air. You'll never get a good finish. It looks rubbish already. Dry. Anyway, I'll be back when I've done a few coats and it's dry. Moving on to the following day. While the paint's been going off overnight, I started the wiring. Like I said, I barely had any sleep. Kept coming up here checking it. I actually gave it another coat. We'll look at that in a mo. So I've just sorted the wiring out. It's fairly simple to wire it up. So you have earth, permanent live, then a live that kicks in when you turn the ignition on. So I've done all that, and that was a pain to get in at. So that's took me a while. So I'm just putting all that back together. And then we'll get the headlight bowl on. So yeah, I've painted it. Let's have a look. As you can see, it's I'm not going to win any painting prizes anytime soon, but it's presentable, and obviously it will get powder coated eventually. So I think we'll get the speedo in. There we go. It's not too bad, is it? Bearing that great big damn thing that was on it, I think. Right, it's that moment. Are we going to get sparks and smokes and bangs? Or is it going to turn on? Let's give it a try. So it's all wired up. So we have a permanent live off ignition, and earth, and then we got to do the actual speed sensor. Anyway, let's turn this air thing and see what happens. Yes. It's on. Well, I must have done something right. Cool. Right. I've got to tuck all the wiring in now. There's a bit of a bird's nest in there. It's a bit dark. Yeah, you ain't going to see that. It's too dark this side. Tuck all that in. Get the speed sensor plugged in. Wheel sensor. Whatever you want to call it. And then we've got to do a measurement of the wheel. So that'll be basically, as it says in the instructions, a tape rule on the ground using the valve as a start point, and roll the bike forward along the tape. And then I believe we have to put some sort of measurement in here using the set buttons on the back. So I'm not going to put the actual glass back in till it's all set up. Well, it sounds simple, but we'll see how we go. So I've attempted the calibration. Not 100% sure if I've got it right. It's, you know me and technology. It's not like just putting a normal speed cable on, is it? So yeah, I sort of had to go all through this. I know to some of you out there that's easy. But, anyway, I'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. So yeah, as it said in the instructions, lay a tape rule down and measure the wheel. So that's what I've done. And then you pop it into the speedo, which I've done, I think. And that supposedly is it. Anyway, it's been a long day yesterday. It's been a long night last night. I'm going to go and have a shower, freshen up, have a nice cup of tea. I'm going to put the sat nav on, so I've got some comparison with speed to, you know, compare it to that, and see if I've got it right. I'll let you all know in a bit. See you in a bit. Right. Oh, what a couple of days it's been. The speedo is finished. Well, apart from having it powder coated properly, not the actual speedo, the headlight bowl. But it's there. That headlight has been in and out that many times today. It's ridiculous. But I finally got it to a place where I'm happy. As you can see, I've chipped a bit of paint here and there, but hey-oh, it will get sorted properly through the winter, I guess. So on this one, I got the proper fitting, the cable that goes into the standard speedo drive of the Triumph, instead of the normal one where you have to put on a bracket and it picks up on a magnet. Now I'm not sure if that's what created the problems. Well, it weren't problems, it just weren't setting up like it said in the instructions. I don't know. So basically you measure the circumference of the wheel and then you put that into the speedo. But it was a mile out, like 15 miles per hour out, which is obviously not good enough. So it was a case of keep going out, checking it, coming back, adjusting it, going out, checking it, coming back, adjusting it, and I lost count how many times I'd done that. And the figures that I finally got into the speedo are nowhere near the circumference of the wheel. But I'm not sure if it's something to do with, because I used that sort of custom fit speedo drive cable. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because there's absolutely nothing in the instructions that mention any differences if you use that, or the instructions are if you use the sensor that comes with the speedo. So it probably was that, I don't know, but yeah, I've literally messed with it all day, and I'm now, as you can see, I was running the sat nav as well. I'm now within, well, 2 miles per hour under what the sat nav's reading, which I'm happy with. That's better than pretty much everything I've put the sat nav on. Normally, even in the van, cars, other bikes, it's about 6 mile an hour difference. So there we go. I'm happy. I'm happy that it's done. I say it's another little thing that I've changed and I'm happy with. and I'm happy to have that powder coated through the winter months when I do a bit more to the bike. Anyway, let's go inside. So there we have it. Them jobs that you think will go quick and easy don't always go that way, do they? But it weren't bad. It was just time consuming getting the setup right, which I'm surprised I managed it full stop. Like I say, the instructions are all with that comes with it. What's going on down here? Do you want this? It's no good. Yeah, they've all for that comes with it. So I think possibly because I use the one that goes into the speedo drive, that may have changed everything. But persevered, messed about, and I think within 2 miles per hour the sat nav is not bad. Not bad at all. I'm shattered now because I didn't get much sleep. There's the thing. Because I was basically waiting for paint to dry and then doing another coat and stuff like that. So it was all ready for today, and I've spent the whole day messing with it. So there we go. I haven't caught everything because it does soak up an awful lot of time when you do catch every single detail, but there you go. Some jobs I'll catch more than others. It's one of them. It's the way it goes. So yeah, again, I have had people ask, because the t-shirts are now popping up at the bottom of the YouTube channel, and like I say, I don't think you see that if you watch on your smart telly. Yes, that is my stuff. That is my Teespring. It's all official. And like I say, if you wish to go and have a look, the ones you see, what they call the merchandise shelf, is only a select few. If you click on the links, there's loads of different sizes, colours, designs, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, if you wish to make a purchase, that all helps me out big time. More than what you ever could think. It really does help me out big time. So, I'm going to call it at that. I'm actually tired now. It's been a long couple of days messing about with that. So I'm going to go and put my feet up, ready for tomorrow. Anyway, cheers for watching, guys. Take care.